Hi guys, I have some of my Inktober drawings here from week 1 and I thought it probably would be about time to show you. I mean, we are 2 weeks into Inktober now and I haven't really posted this, so I really feel like I should go for it. But before I actually talk about anything to do with any drawings I've done for Inktober, I'm just going to show you a few of my supplies. So I've been using the Winsor & Newton Black Indian ink. I bought a whole bottle of this literally about 6 months ago in preparation for Inktober, and this stuff is so good. This is probably my favourite ink, and the bottle kind of just makes me laugh a little bit because it's kind of like a medicine bottle, like, you know, that you'd get like Calpol in. It kind of just reminds me of that. I also am really worried that this is going to spill out onto my drawing and that would be really bad. But yeah, this is what I bought for Inktober. Very good. I don't actually have that many Inktober supplies this year. I brought a lot of fine liners with me to university, but the things I'm going to show you the things I've actually been using. Just so you guys know, you don't need to buy a whole massive amount of things for Inktober. Okay, so this is like another one of my favourite things ever. It is a brush pen, and I find with a lot of brush pens, I really struggle to have any kind of control over them. Like, I really struggle to make the lines nice and thin and how I want them to look, and I really did enjoy the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. However, I did have a bit of an issue with controlling the lines, but this has been a dream for me as far as brush pens go. I really like this pen and it's probably my favourite for inking. And I don't do traditional art too often anymore, but when I do, I love to use this. And there's something so much nicer for me about lining with a brush pen rather than a fine liner. But speaking of fine liners, and I think with fine liners it is all just personal preference and what you prefer. I also have this just as a backup, or if I have any small details I want to add, because it's a 0.1 fine liner, so it's pretty thin. And yeah, Staedtler's my go-to for any kind of fine liner. And in terms of other Inktober supplies, I also have this. It's just a water brush pen. It's actually not mine, I'm borrowing my friend's, but hopefully she doesn't mind. This is what I'm using to dip into that big thing of ink. Well, I don't actually dip it directly in, that would be really bad. I pour a little bit of ink out into like a mixing palette, and then I'll dip this in and dilute the ink, and that's how I get lighter bits and darker bits. Right, so that is really just these things and the ink bottle are the only things I've actually been using, really. On top of that, I guess I've just been using the Uniball Signo, and sometimes I've been using other inks or watercolours in the backgrounds, but the main part of the drawing is done using ink. Okay, so for this Inktober I'm actually doing a prompt list, because I knew if I was just going off my own ideas I would get out of motivation very quickly and I would not want to do it anymore. Also, it was worth noting that last year I actually did do Inktober, but I only got to day 15, and this year I'm so motivated to finish it. Currently I'm 7 days behind, but that doesn't mean I can't finish it. Last year I did a story, so every single day was a different update to the story, and I kind of ended it on a cliffhanger on day 15. Here is the prompt list that I'm using. It's 31 witches. If any of you guys haven't actually started Inktober yet and want to start now, well, I mean, we are halfway through the month, but that's okay. You can still try and catch up. 15 days worth you'd have to catch up on, but it's alright. But yeah, I very much recommend this prompt list. Also Drawloween, I really like Drawloween. And I was going to do the Jake Parker prompt list and I ended up not doing it because I kind of wanted to just draw witches. Okay, so I'm going to have this at the side so I can tell you which day I was doing, because I don't know the prompt list off by heart. But the first witch was a seasonal witch, and seeming as it is currently autumn or fall or whatever you want to call it, I wanted to do an autumn witch, and I put some really cute like leaves falling down around her, and obviously a pumpkin spice latte. I don't know if any of you guys are into coffee, but I love Starbucks and I love pumpkin spice lattes. I also love the gingerbread lattes that Costa do around Christmas. Is anyone else excited for Christmas? I feel like I should not be talking about Christmas right now. I haven't even had Halloween yet. Okay, day 2 was a student witch, and this was so much fun for me because I just really enjoyed drawing her hair like blowing away, and yeah, I'm quite happy with how this one came out. That was a little sketch I was doing in class to try and work out what she'd look like. Don't sketch in class, guys. Pay attention to your classes. The next day I did a winged witch, Avian / winged witch. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but when I searched Avian, a lot of bird people came up, and I was like, that would be quite cool if I like had her with a beak on the front of her face. Like, that would be a bit different and not like the other things I'd drawn. So I decided to do that. It was a bit weird, like this whole neck area. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but yeah, it was fun for me. But you can tell this day was a little bit rushed. I mean, look at the hat. But I've really been struggling to find time to fit in my Inktober's because I know I've said this probably about a million times in every single video, but I'm currently at university, and that means a lot of assignments and not much free time, but I'm gonna finish Inktober. I promise you guys, hold me to my word. I will finish Inktober. Anyway, day 4 was a gemstone witch, and this was a lot of fun for me because I just really enjoyed drawing gems, although this was another day that I didn't really have as much time as I would have liked to have spent on it. However, I'm still really happy with how she came out. But I will say, for all of the Inktober's up to this day, there was not much movement going on, and the characters seemed a bit lifeless. And I'd say that is probably down to time. If I'm going to do like a extreme pose, well, not extreme, but any kind of pose really, and an expression, I kind of need more time because it's a bit of a challenge for me, and therefore I need more time to think about it and plan out the sketch. So in the next day, day 5 was totally 80s witch. At this point I gave up kind of labelling them, but I know the anatomy looks a bit weird. It's because, for one, she's got like an off the shoulder shirt, and it's really hard to do that with it like moving, and I don't know what's going on here. And I was also trying to pose her a little bit and have her feel like she's got more life and is dancing, but like trying to hold onto her hat so it doesn't fall off her head. So yeah, it's not perfect, and anatomically it looks a bit wrong. However, I would say this was probably one of my favourite ones. I love anything 80s, I love 80s music, and I thought maybe this witch will have a little bit of AC/DC. So yeah, that's what we got going on there. I don't think I really did capture a true 80s aesthetic. I feel like there could have been more done here to convey 80s, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I enjoyed drawing it, and that's what matters, guys. But this is coursework for uni. So day 6 was Noir witch, which is obviously black. So I had her wearing black clothing, she's got a black cat, and I really wanted to draw this moment where the cat is cuddling up to her and she's kind of looking back fondly at the cat, and I love cats, and this is just making me really sad because I actually miss my cat so much. I mean, I'm only an hour away from home, but I miss my cat because he used to sleep on my pillow next to me when I was living back home, and obviously we can't have pets at university, and it's really sad because I miss my cat. However, I'll tell you something, guys. In the art and design building at my university, in the little art gallery, we have this campus cat that just turned up one day and now spends every single day in the art gallery, and it's amazing because every time you go in there there's like this little cafe, and then campus cat is on the sofa. Campus cat is literally the cutest cat ever. I'll see if I have any pictures and I'll show you guys, but so it's not all that bad. I miss my cat at home, but we've got campus cat in the art gallery, and that's pretty good. Also, I had an unintentional bleed go on here. If you guys don't know what a bleed is, it's when you lay down a load of water and the ink kind of bleeds across, which is a kind of like technique, but it was unintentional there. But I kind of liked how it looked. It looked like she had some design going on her shirt or something, so I just kind of kept it there. Okay, so I've just finished on the Fairy Godmother Witch. This was one I didn't do too much shading for, and I didn't really try too hard on the pose, but I'm pretty happy with how she came out. I feel like it could have looked a little bit more magical, but I do like this one. Anyway, I will be uploading a Inktober week 2 video literally today, so watch out for that probably later this evening, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye guys!